let's talk about the age difference. There is an age difference. She's the adult. I'm the child. As you can see, I'm a little bit naughty at times. But that's just because I was raised by a grandmother who let me do whatever I wanted to.
Hi, welcome back to our channel.
Hello, hello.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about just our day-to-day life and typical craziness.
It is pretty crazy at times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm a counselor, and my job is never done. It just seems. Caitlin's a handful.
So, a few weeks ago, we're in the car, listening to some music, jamming out, and then some cheesy song from the 60s comes on. And he says...
Brought me back to my childhood because it was good music.
I don't know about good, but...
Well, it was good. I'm a big Neil Diamond fan, so it was good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this one's kind of, cheesy, corny, And then, lo and behold, guess what the next song that comes on is? Mm-hmm. The 90s. The Backstreet Boys. Bye, bye, bye. And I'm like, hey, guess what? This brings me back to my childhood. And then I proceed to do the, the corny, really bad dance moves. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic.
My comment was, of course, who the hell are the Backstreet Boys? I grew up playing country music and listening to classic rock, Leonard Skinner, the good stuff. So did Caitlin, because her father has great taste in music, and they listen to all the same stuff I did, but in a different way. I learned it playing guitar and whatever. But come on, the Backstreet Boys just didn't cut it with me. But then again, Neil Diamond doesn't cut it with her. Don't say anything bad about Neil Diamond. He's my favorite, my idol, the greatest ever. So anyways, our typical day, I get up to go to the office, but I don't leave the house without sneaking into the bedroom and giving her a little kiss on the cheek if I can find it, because it's usually pretty dark in there, and so I kiss whatever's there. Sometimes it's the cat, but she knows I was there.
Yeah, this morning it was approximately right here on my head with a little of this action. But I know he meant well, so it's all good. It's all good.
Well, that's because when I woke up this morning, which I do periodically throughout the night, I went to the bathroom. Because of diabetes, I go quite a bit. And when I got back in bed, I was like, oh my God, I might have wet the bed. But I didn't. See, Caitlin has this drooling problem when she sleeps. And when I put my arm down, can I just say there's a little splash?
That's why we have the slip and slide.
Sticky, yeah.
Yeah.
She drools, but it's cute as a button, except when I wake up and there's drool all over my chest. Yeah. But I can deal with it.
If you haven't noticed, all of our pictures together, we have these tacky cigars hanging out of our mouth. Now, this started, we don't smoke, neither one of us, cigars or cigarettes, but it started on the wonderful first family vacation to the Keys. Because of him.
First day there, other than the pool incident, we were in lawn chairs, and we thought it'd be really cool to lay there with cigars so the band and everybody would know how the other band members are enjoying their summer. We did make the mistake of finding two cigars at a smoke shop in someplace in Florida. They were not the best tasting cigars in the world.
Kind of like manure.
Kind of like manure, yeah.
Yeah.
And those little pieces of paper get in your mouth, and it wasn't good. But the pictures came out excellent. So from that day forward, our life has consisted of wherever we go, wherever the band plays, wherever we go together, we have them on our Harley, we have them in vehicles, we have them on boats. but we always both have a cigar in our mouth. And the day of our wedding, at the end of the wedding, we had everybody there come up to the front where the band was, and we had cigars for everybody.
Those are the party favors.
Party favors.
I noticed behind us in our living room, all of these pictures are all cigar photos. We probably have close to 150 at this point. We're kind of hoping that a cigar company will like take us on as a spokesperson. So yeah, we have our cigar wall behind us. It's kind of gotten out of hand.
Not really. I think we smoke with them in our mouth, so it really aren't in our hand. We thought we'd just give you a little history on the day her mother accepted our relationship. She mentioned it earlier, but I was on the 8th green at a wonderful golf course in Portland, Maine with my best friend, and we were on the hardest hole of the day, and I had a pretty good shot, and my phone rings, which I don't normally pick up on the golf course, come on, but I did. And I'm glad I did, because it was Caitlin, and she asked me when I wanted to double date with her mother. And also if I would like to go on their Florida vacation with them.
In 2 months.
In 2 months, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once the shock wore off, I, of course, said yes. And then shot the best game of my life after that, because it was very happiness, but still worried about, what's going to happen. So, just to cut all of that, we went to Florida and had a wonderful time. We were in the Keys, and the first night or first day there, we all went to the pool. And while we were swimming around, that her brother and partner over there, anyways, we were off in a little part of the pool, and she was kind of hanging on to me with her legs wrapped around me. And I don't know how it came up, but I said something about her bouche, meaning Madam Wonderful. It wasn't a vulgar talk or anything, it was a joke. So for the rest of the trip, we shared this with her mother and grandmother.
And brother.
And brother and everybody. So throughout the trip, when we did team pictures, selfies, I had them all saying the word bouche.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
Oh, yeah.
And they smiled. It was wonderful.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
accepted it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure where we came up with that exactly, but a lot of people call it, a bush for obvious reasons. But we are more high class, a little more fancy. So it's like Home Depot is Home Depot. So the bush is the whoosh, if you catch my drift.
So now it's just a pet little name that I have for Caitlin, among many others, which you'll probably hear if you keep listening to us. And the last thing I want to say about the vacation, because we'll tell you more about it throughout, is when we were flying back home, we got to the airport, and the line was unbelievable to get in. Well, it was for them, because me and Grandma got moved to the front of the line and passed right through security and got to go right in and sit down and wait for them. Age definitely has its advantages. And so does young age.
Yeah.
You can imagine we can get an old age discount at the fair and a kiddie discount at the fair.
Absolutely.
Just can't go on many rides because we're not that tall.
That is
Hey,
true.
We'll fill you in on more in a little while, or tomorrow, or whenever the time is right. If you have any questions, please ask. We'd love to answer them for you, because I'm 60, she's 26. She's my best friend and the story of my life. Talk to you soon.